Coronavirus crisis has taught the world many things. This includes which commodities are of most value to us. Some have been unexpected, others quite reasonable, such as hand sanitizer. International press have reported on the product being sold out in many countries. On the Rock, it didn't take long before pharmacies were out of stock. Though it's back on the shelves, only those with a high alcohol content are effective. With the key to safe sanitizing being 70% alcohol, where better to look than a distillery? Many US distilleries have been using their alcohol to create sanitizer, assisting with the important advice we've repeatedly heard: wash your hands. Spirit of the Rock has done the same, producing sanitizer exclusively for workers at the GHA. The distillery manager uses very strong alcohol, in this case ethanol, hydrogen peroxide and glycerol, which stops hands going dry. This is then diluted with water until it reaches 77% alcohol. Public health officials have repeatedly advised that sanitizers need to contain over 70% alcohol to be effective.
Well, I have seen some on sale, and they're sometimes 56% or 60% alcohol. It doesn't really work. I mean, it's still, soap and water is still probably the best way for most people to go. Hand sanitizer is really for people who don't have access to soap and water. So we're making this mainly for the GHA frontline troops who may be really busy on the go. To get the end product with that level of alcohol, you have to start with a very, very high percentage of alcohol. So if you started with ordinary vodka or whatever, it wouldn't work, because by the time you've added the other components, it would be a lot less than 70%. And I mean, that is the difficulty, is to get the alcohol high enough at the beginning.
But with concerns of a shortage of sanitizer, it's important those on the front line have access to it first.
We made a few batches, and eventually we took it to the GHA. They asked us to provide some samples, and they tested them, and they said, yeah, that's really good. And we're going forward now, so we've just done an order for the first alcohol to come in. So we're making this mainly for the GHA frontline troops who may be really busy on the go, and we're hoping to refill all their existing dispensers rather than importing a lot of plastic. Luckily, we've been given a few dispensers by a local business, which is very nice, just to get us started, but we really want to get everyone recycling and not creating more waste. We're only supplying them because we really don't want to create some sort of crazy market. The idea is not to profiteer out of this. We're all should be working for the greater good, not for your own good. So, and most people, soap and water is the best way to go.
Although this has been a difficult time, it's also been an exemplary moment for the community, as many have volunteered to help using whatever resources they can. Recent innovations from the distillery are another example of these efforts. Just don't try this one at home.